Alright, moin moin guys, and welcome to this lesson of the course Finance LCM. In this lesson I will present the first module idea which I came up with and which you can use when you want to conduct a Finance LCM in your LC. The first idea I had is that you can present the LC budget or the budget planning to your LC. When I was VP Fin, I was confronted often by members who asked what our LC means financially. How much are we earning through OGX fees? How much are we earning through IJIP? And where does all the money go to which we are earning? With this module, you can answer all these questions. After you've included this module into your LCM, every LC member should have a general idea of what your LC means financially, how much money you're making and what you're using it for. They do not have to have any detailed knowledge, but they can have a general idea on what they're contributing to financially. So in the beginning, it's always good to have some interaction. So my idea was to ask the LCM what their ideas are regarding where the money for your LC comes from and where it is going to. So you can just ask the people who are there at your LCM what they think, where the money is coming from, what general ideas they have. And in the next question, you can just ask them, what do we use the money for? Do we just keep it in our account, or do we have some purposes which we spend it on? And are there things we have to spend it on? Are there investment decisions which can vary from term to term? And just gather the ideas of the LC. So what a TM member thinks where all the money comes from, what OGX or OJIP and OGCDP members think what the money comes from and where it is going to. And just have the LC collect all the ideas which they are having on the financial sources and destinations of your cash flow, of your LC's cash flow. After you've collected all this, you can present another tiny URL, which will lead to a Google form, which will contain all the questions you will be asking in the following course of this module. After every team has opened up the tiny URL and has the Google form available, you can start presenting what your LC actually means financially. So for example, in this case, I'm starting with listing the major incomes. For example, in my LC, it was the case that OGX was, or OJIP and OGCDP was the major source of income. So I told them, yeah, for each EP we send abroad, we'll earn 225 euros. Then as a follow-up question, you can ask the auditorium, yeah, what do you think? How much do we earn through OJIP, OGCDP fee in the previous year in total? Present them some guessing areas and just have them guess and type in their answer into the Google form. Then you continue with other sources of income. For example, donations, board of advisors, project revenues, or IJIP fees. And each time you can have the LC guess what they think the actual number, the actual amount is, and have them type it into the Google form. After you've presented all the major incomes, you can continue with the major expenses. For the most LCs, the major expense will be the LCCF. So you can tell them the LCCF is somewhat the affiliation fee of an LC to the MC. With the LCCF, the MC is financed, and people on the MC will be paid, and the money will be used to finance the NSB, to finance IT infrastructure, some software which we're using, Salesforce, Exact, and so on. And then, as a logical follow-up question, you can ask them, yeah, what do you think? How much did we pay in LCCF in the previous year? Have them guess again, and have them type in their answer into the Google form again. Then you can continue with the other major expenses which you think are important to them. For example, how much are we spending on conferences, or how much are we spending on traveling costs, or on marketing, or whatever the major expenses in your LC are. After you've listed or presented all the expenses, you ask them to hit send again on the Google form so that you can collect all the answers and know which team has answered best and which team has gathered the most points and which team is the winning team in the end. after you've made sure that every team has hit send, you can present the actual numbers to the LC. Tell them, for example, by outgoing fees we earned 10,000 euros. For LCCF we paid 5,400 euros. These are just two examples. The actual numbers for your LC will vary, and they should vary, but this is just to give you an idea of how you can present the numbers. And after you've presented the actual number, you can look at your Google form and look which team has answered best, which is the winning team, and announce it. This is it for the first module idea. I hope you've learned a lot, and in case of any questions, you can just approach me, and hope to see you again in another lesson of this course.